Hey, everybody. How are you today? I'm so excited to be here with our friend Jackie
Hi,
from
everybody.
Real Leather. We've been hanging out talking, and I forgot to add Instagram at the last minute. So here we are. Good to see you guys. We're going to chat for a little bit because, like I was telling you, we had the music going for a couple minutes before the show, and then um, Facebook or whoever wasn't showing it because it was copyright somehow. Anyway, so I stopped putting the music on. So it is kind of nice to have a couple minutes to talk. So let's go see who's here. There is Charlotta, my good friend. There's Karen, Laura, Kaylin. Good to see you guys. You having a good day? Is it spring where you are? Kaylin and Laura, probably not because you are in the north. And Karen, you're in Scotland, so I don't know. Hey, Suzanne. Charlotta is in Sweden, so I don't know what their weather is. Charlotta, what is it like? Is it like spring yet? Hi, Sharon Betts. You're pretty high north, so I'm probably the lowest one here. Hi, Isabel. You're just getting used to the live at this time when your clocks will change at the end of the month. I know, I hate this time because it is very confusing that way. Hey, Diane Mullins. Laura, it's been snowing all day. You're so over it. I would be too. Maybe. I do love the snow. Jackie, what about you? You have any snow? What's it like?
I think it might attempt to blow snow, maybe, but last night we had wind and rain, and it
Oh,
was 70 degrees yesterday. It was lovely.
oh, wow.
And today it's like 50 and cold.
Yeah. Oh, well, this time of year, you never know. Oh, Karen, I'm sorry about your friend. Laid to rest. Laid to rest to craft with the angels. That's a nice way to think of it, of that. Hi, Isabel. Today was absolutely lovely. It's also the spring equinox. Cool. It was 70 yesterday and 32 today. That's insane. Hey, Renee, how are you? You're in Omaha. You had a blizzard. What? And today's 50. That is nuts. What the heck is going on here? All right. Sharon had beautiful sunshine in the south of UK. Well, that's good to hear. All right. Charlotta's had good weather too. +9 degrees. All right. So that's like 60 maybe? Snow last week. Today you saw the first bumblebee. You never know. Well, good thing that it doesn't matter what it's like outside because we get to be in our comfy little spaces and make fun stuff. So that's what we're going to do today. All right. Kaylin is in North Dakota, but it's 50 out there. By your cabin in Wisconsin, 3 inches of snow fell in about 4 hours. I would go there. Anyway, we are going to make a really, really cute little, I call it, the die is called the notepad, but it's just such a cute little size. And it's so springy to me. And it's like a little sketchbook, watercolor book, whatever it is you like to do. You can make it into a journal. Whatever you want this to be, you can use any kind of paper inside. I'm going to use watercolor paper because it kind of fills the book up nicely. So I met with a friend today and I just got home a little while ago and I'm getting ready to go up to New York and see my mom. So I'm going to leave right after this. So let's get into it. And so you guys are all doing okay? I like to hear that. You would if there's enough snow to go snowmobiling. All right, let me bring over my switch cameras here. We do have a giveaway, which is going to be a set of the bright markers, which I'm going to use. Let me just show you what we're going to be using today. One thing is the veg tan leather. All right, this is mid-weight. They call it tooling. It's 9x12 natural veg tan leather. That means that you can write on it, you can emboss it, you can do all kinds of fun stuff with it. So we're going to do a couple things to it. We're going to die cut it out of, oh shoot, what did I do with it? The notebook die. And this is my last one, which I think Kaylin snagged a little while ago. So this is just a cute little book, but you could use any die that you have to cut it, or you could just cut your leather by hand yourself. They're just, triangular shapes. It's kind of nice because it's got the little rounded edge and it's got the score lines in and the holes punched. Actually, we're going to punch the holes. So, but you could use a die or you could use it just and do it by hand. All right. So that's going to Kaylin in a minute. Hi, Brenda Sawyer, Tina, Donna. Oh, hey, how is everybody? So that is what I used for the cover. And then we have this dot. This is the leather punch, which I love. And you'll see how fun this is to use. And I've gotten a lot better with it. These are some magnets. Uh-oh. Oh, one stuck. That happened before. I have to put something between it because these things are so strong that they just will not separate. So I'm going to use 2 magnets, and that's for the closure. So it's nice. Just kind of, I like this closure because I could have had it come around to the front, but I just kind of like having the front plain. And if I wanted to write on here or paint or, do a label or like a plaque on the front or something, you could do that. The other product that we're using is this set of real leather, the bright colors leather die markers. Okay. So we're going to be using them. Hello, Annette. Then
and those are your giveaways.
Yes, this is a giveaway. Yeah. This is some suede lace, and I'm going to use this to tie the signatures in. And I thought, oh, I'm just going to crisscross them. That's a nice little touch. And I'm going to use my famous blade. And also this die called Painterly Blooms. And we're going to use this die not to cut the mat board, but to emboss on it. So that's how we're going to use this die to make this little kind of outline for us. Then we're going to color them in with the markers. Okay. And I just wanted to show you, because this is one of the ways that you're going to win a prize. I'm sure you all want to hear what it is, how you do it. So here it is. All right. If you want to win, you tag Real Leather on YouTube, Instagram, or Facebook with something you made using products that you've seen either in this video or past videos. And the prize is the bright markers. Okay. Now this is what we made last time. This is one of the Real Leather kits. This adorable little credit card case. Very cool. That has 2 places that you can put your cards. I was thinking, how could I do this to attach it to my phone so I don't lose, because I lost my credit card again because I put it with my phone and it falls out. And my husband's ready to kill me. Anyway, we are also going to use some watercolor pages, which I cut ahead of time, and they measure 8 inches by 4 3/8. Okay, and I did, I think, 8 of them. Okay, so that's what we're going to use today. And I'm going to take this little announcement down. So does anybody have any questions before we get going? Hey, Liz, how are you? Any mojo being offered? I'm sorry, Karen. It's hard when you're not in the move. Kaylin, question. Someone in the Facebook group posted an accordion folder using an ATC die. Oh, that's the library pocket, Kaylin. And it has an artist trading card die inside. Okay. Next time, put 2 pieces of fabric between the 2 magnets. That's a good idea. This is a piece of rubber or something. I don't even know what it is. Yes. Okay. All right. What else? Before we get going. Also, if you've made, yes, the cable management ties. I have a, well, actually, right here. I'm afraid to take it apart because everything falls down. Wait a minute. It's easy.
Yeah.
No, it's just my cords, but I've been using it. So
Yep.
this holds together my computer cord.
Yep.
So we made these a couple times ago. Yeah.
And you don't have to worry about making something tonight. You have till April 1st, and then I'll look at all the things we were tagged in.
Right.
It's just a different way to do it, because I know all y'all are crafty. So.
They are. They sure
Have
are. And
fun with it.
I think that's going to give them a reason. I'm trying to attach my cord back on. That's going to give them the reason that they're, oops, sorry,
Whee!
cord. Sorry about that. That might just give them the reason, we need to get this done. Those cable things are really handy though.
Yes, they are.
All right. So I'm going to take my leather out of the bag. Now, I think that I might have used something a little lighter than this. It was just a scrap that I had for this one. So
I think your sample's goat.
It might be. Yeah, it could be. But this will work just as well.
Oh,
yes.
Sure.
Hopefully.
Oh, no,
you never
will.
know.
It will.
It will. All right, let me get my die. So what I do is, this is the notepad die, and you'll see I've got all this piece of foam on here because these like to stick together sometimes. And, so instead of digging them out, I just put the foam on. It helps it pop up a little. So I think I can get 2 of these going this way. So when you're figuring out how you're going to do it, measure the length and width and see which way. I mean, we could do it that way too, but you're going to lose this strip here. So I'd rather have a long strip here. It depends, but I'm going to go ahead and just make like a little mark. Let's see, let's cut 1 because I don't need 2 of these strips. In fact, I don't need any. So what I might do is just mark that right here. And then I'm going to cut down here. And I'm just going to cut 2 covers, and then I'll have a nice big piece left here. Okay. So you can line it up and measure it, but that it's going to get, cut. You don't have to be exact. That's what I'm trying to say. There's my blade. Hopefully I have a nice sharp blade here. Is Leslie here? Oh, and Leslie, I think you won a prize last time, and Jackie needs your address. So either I can give it to her, or if you want to message her in the chat, or direct message her.
Or DM Real Leather on any of them.
Okay. I don't think I saw her. Maybe she's very busy. See, she has a very busy social life, so
I understand.
Yeah, I understand, but I don't have one. Except if I'm babysitting. That's when I've been getting the calls. Oh, Mom.
Gotcha.
What are you doing? Well, I'm going to have lunch with a friend. Oh, okay. Well, I have to get a mammogram, but Trevor is homesick. And oh, sorry. We planned this a long time. He's okay. All right. So what? Sorry, were you gonna say something?
No, so that's good. And Laura, I'm glad you like all your leather projects. That's good.
Oh yeah, let us see. Laura does amazing stuff. Okay, so I'm just going to, now we know that these are going to have score lines here. I want them in the right side because to me, it gives me a good place to fold it, and I know right where I want it to go. So I am going to lay that here, and I'm going to cut it. This is kind of a weird angle. Wait a minute. Let me turn this, get it engaged, and then I'm going to sideways here. Okay, and we're going to cut 2 because we need a front and a back. All right, that one came off pretty good. Now you will find sometimes with leather, it likes to stick a little bit, so you just take your scissors or your blade and, trim it. Otherwise you get those little hairs, but they're not hurting anyone. Okay, and you can always sand that down or burnish it with, they have stuff. What is the name of that stuff?
I think depending on whose brand you're using, I do believe it is just called leather burnisher.
Okay. I have some somewhere, but it's a weird name, like get something that I don't remember what it is. I'm going to go through again and see if that maybe helps.
The other thing that you can always do too is if you have some beeswax, you can also use that to help seal off the edges.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, kind of the same way with waxed thread. Sometimes if you need more oomph, you can use beeswax to give it more oomph.
Very good. All right. That Jackie is pretty handy to have around here, don't you think? Thank you, Jackie. I'm going to save this even though it's small, but you never know. You might need like say if I wanted to use one of these little labels or something, you know, I have room to do that. And on here, I save these so I can test my colors, my marker colors. So when I first got these markers, I was like, whoa, they are really a little bright for me. I don't know. And then when you put them on the leather, it's like, oh, that's really nice. And you can always layer them too.
Oh, yes.
All right, we're going to use this again in a minute. Actually, you know what? We might as well just do it right now. Because the next thing that we're going to do is...
Oh, welcome in, Amy Powers.
Oh, Amy Powers. Hey, good to see you. Hi, Dorothy. All right, so the other one we're going to use is this Painterly Blooms. And this is, this piece here is meant to be used with like this stencil that we have. So you just put it on top after you're done stenciling. You can, you know, cut each of the flowers out, which is pretty handy. But we are going to use these flowers. And if you want to see, they're like, you know, these are smaller than these. So they're meant to be used so you can layer them. And these little things you can see correspond to these dies. And if you look, they've got even embossed centers in there. So that's kind of fun.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So those are what we're going to use. So I'm going to put these away. And now, where did I put my... Oh, here it is. Sorry. I already have them in my to-go bag for taking to Mom's. My cutting pads. So let's put these on our covers. So the way this goes together is they're very easy. You're just gonna, you know, fold these over. You could spritz them with water if you wanted, but you don't need to. And then we're gonna glue these together. So I'm gonna use my glue, but first I'm gonna emboss them because it just seems like it's easier. In fact, I'm gonna put them right on my thing here so I can, oops. You see that? All right, so just make an arrangement that looks nice to you. I'm probably gonna just copy this. Does that one look pretty good? And then I did do the same design on the back, but I think for the sake of the video, because we have a lot to do, I'm just gonna do one side right now. But you can see how it works.
Well, welcome in, Miss Linda.
Hi, Linda Zambori. Oh, she's all right. They're all saying hello, checking, make sure everybody's okay, still here with us. It's a nice group.
Yes.
You're part of the family, Jackie, just so you know.
Oh boy. Well, hopefully I will have my setup reset up and all of the things.
Yes, we want to see Jackie. We want her to be part, hopefully in April.
That is the goal. Rearranging the living room.
Oh no.
And well, resulted in moving the streaming setup. So we have to put all the pieces back together and make sure they work.
Yeah, that's all right. Now I might, oh, wait a minute. I got the wrong platform here. I'm going to take out my shim. I don't need that. I don't need this to be thick. I'm not trying to cut it. I just want an impression on here. So you'll know when you put it through, like, uh-oh, that's not going to work. So you don't need a lot. Now this feels pretty light, so what I might do, and like Jackie said last time, I think I did use the goat. So what I'm going to do is just take a piece of this watercolor paper and use that as a shim, and I can feel a little more pressure, and that should be good. So let's see.
Renee, to answer your question, do you have to use a particular type of glue? It kind of depends on the project. There are leather crafting glues out there. One of them is by Phoebings. There are a couple other brands as well. Real Leather is a distributor for Phoebings, so we tend to gear more toward that one. But if the project that you're gluing is just like a couple dots here and here to hold the leather in place while you're sewing, then it doesn't really matter because it's just holding it in place so you can sew. So it really kind of depends on the project, but you can always, whether it's directly on the Real Leather page or in one of Eileen's groups, you can always take a picture, tag us in it, and we'll help where we can.
Very good. Thank you. And Barb, you had a question. You got the crease pad. You still have cutting where it should score. You mentioned using felt. Is this just on the score lines? Yes. Okay, that's too bad. If it's still cutting through, take your, let me show you on the die. Where did I put it? I already lost the die. Here it is. All right, say it's cutting through right here. What I would do is get a scrap of leather, like pretend that's a scrap, and just cut a strip, that covers it, and, lay that on top, then lay your good leather on top of that, and that should put the score into the cut into the inside layer instead of the top layer, and you should be fine. Okay, did you say with the switch? Because that is a deep cutting die. It's just the fact. All right, so all I'm going to do is I am just going to start coloring in, and you can kind of layer. I'm not going to do this really fancy, but you can always go and touch up later. You could even sometimes, like if it's a little darker than I want, I will add some water to I'll just dip it in water and blot it, and then you'll get a little bit lighter impression. Then it kind of comes back as the, pigment comes to the end of the marker, the tip. So see how I didn't really blend that very well. It all kind of blends in, but I just want to show you how. The nice thing about this is you have the outline of where you want to color. So, but I have no glasses on right now because I took my contacts out because I thought I'm not going to be able to see that. Now I don't see that well without it.
And you also have the fine tip. So if you're one of those people like me who you have to do your outline first and then you color it in because that's how your second grade art teacher taught you how to color things in, you can also do that. There is a fine tip on the small end. Great for detail work. Yeah,
very good. Yeah, see, I'm just trying to get this covered, like, so we don't get held up here. But you can, you can shade with it if you do, darker on the one side or the other side, And I think a little water would help with this too. So what I might do after is dip this in the water and get it pretty diluted and then kind of go through and blend it. But for now, I just want to get my stuff colored in. So I'm going to go pretty quick here, but let me ask you guys, what has been your favorite project so far that we've done on the leather? Because I can't think of it myself. And next month, I can't wait. We're going to do a cowgirl chic junk journal. It's going to be very fun. Jackie, do you have a party going on there?
Kind of, sort of. because March Madness started, people are paying attention to the basketball
Ah,
games, and
yeah.
I'm guessing that some just ended.
See, that's what I miss about being in an office, like hanging out and talking to people.
Yeah, well, part of it is so my lovely little corner of the world, my
Yeah.
desk is in the bullpen,
Uh-huh.
so so when I randomly go mute, it's usually
Oh, yeah,
because
then you
there's people right behind me.
right,
So
yeah. Oh, no, I don't mind. I feel like we have a party going. No, that's fine. Now it looks like here, you can see, I think the die slipped, so it's now the other thing that I thought about doing was cutting more of these out, which I did do. I'll show you when I get done. And layering them on top to make them kind of 3D. But I did different colors, so I don't know how it would look, but just to give you the idea. And you could glue them on with the leather glue. And I have to say that leather glue is really good. Like, it's it's very sticky. It's a different consistency than any of your craft glues that I've used. Um, it's I don't know how to describe it. How would you what would you call that? It's like it looks like white glue, but it does not come apart. Like it's really,
yeah,
really good.
it's kind of like wood glue,
Mm,
tacky glue, and Elmer's got all
combined.
put together and shaken up, and that's what you got.
I do feel like though it's more sticky. Like when I, am done doing it, I have to go up and actually wash my hands because I can't get it off. Like you know how Elmer's glue you can peel off?
Yes. Yeah,
Well, this is like more sticky, but
yeah,
it's good because the thing is there are fibers that you have to get traction on, and if you just use like a clear glue, it wouldn't get down in there and really stick them together, I feel like. But anyway, all right, so speaking of glue, let's do it. All right, we'll glue it, and then in the meantime we will put our books together. Whoops, wrong way. This is what I meant to do. Now, there is a little trick to doing this. Oh, layering the flowers. Let me show you. Okay, so these are, just quick. These are some that I cut out, but I didn't color the little ones, but I cut these. So even if you staggered them, and colored some and put them on top, I still think that would be cool. And these are some that I did by hand. And then I took the tool, one of these things, and like domed them so they're 3D, which was kind of fun.
nice.
Yeah, and then I outlined them. So, there's all kinds of stuff you can do with them. You can actually watercolor on leather. I mean, that's not bad, you know? It sinks in pretty quick though. So you have
Yeah.
to play with it. But the bookmarks, okay, yeah, they were fun, Laura. Hi, Jenny. How's the little granddaughter? I didn't see our new little baby this week, but hopefully next week. We'll see. All right, let me glue this. Now, on this die, I like to have it so the cover wraps to the back. So I'm going to put my glue under here or on here. Probably do it on here so I can see where it ends. I will say, if you have the glue sticking out here, you might see it. So I try to be a little bit careful. Gee, I wonder why it's not coming out. Living on the edge, coloring without glass.
I was gonna say I could have dried in the tip, which sometimes happens.
The what? Oh, is somebody asking a question?
Well, no, yours, because
Oh.
sometimes this glue doesn't like to come out of the bottle.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So, toothpick, or
Toothpick, yeah.
or I tend to use a small paintbrush that I don't care about.
Yes. Yeah.
Just because this particular glue is very sticky.
Yeah, it is very sticky and it's drying pretty quick. So I'm going to just put this on here and put something heavy on top and hope for the best. I'm going to press on that and that's heavy here. Oh, gee, what about 20 million dies? I'm going to, I hope I don't forget where I put it, but I'm sticking it under a bunch of dies here.
Oh boy.
Yeah. They'll work fine. Okay, so the next thing that we need to do is make our little signatures. And that's just a group of pages. So we already have them done. She is adorable and so sweet. Oh, babies are the best. All right, this is watercolor paper. So I am going to use my, where's my scoring tool? I may have packed it already. All right, well, let's use this. This should work. All right, so this is 8 inches. So I'm going to go at 4. I should have done this before, but didn't have time. Not sure I love this watercolor paper. It's really very absorb, you know, like it just sucks the paint. You have to get the ones you like. Good night. Yep. Sometimes I like the Target kids watercolor paper better than
that's fair.
Yeah. Well, because a lot of times I'm just practicing and well, I'm always practicing, but you know, it's not like a work of art, but kind of warming up. I tried the 100% cotton and it is, I didn't know what to do with it. And it was so expensive. I was worried I was going to ruin it. And, you know, like just give me the Target paper.
Welcome to the party, Glum.
Oh, hey, Glum made it. Glum, we're all going to do a you fund me and get you a new computer. I'm just kidding. I finally did it. It is nice. But it, you know what? It's still messing up. It's the dumbest thing. When I go to type, it doesn't put any spaces in between the words. And it's like, what did I do to make it do that? And I thought, I even got a new computer thinking I need to fix it.
There is a setting for that.
What is it? Because it's driving me crazy. I have to put it in another program. It's so dumb. I don't know what I'm doing. Anyway. I need help.
Yeah. I'll find the setting and I'll send it to you.
I would love that because I think I must have hit something wrong. And it did on my old one too. And that's why I got the new one in addition to other problems, but it still has that stuff on the. Leslie was watching an Instagram earlier but disappeared before you mentioned her. Okay, we will let her know. Okay. Your laptop has finished updating. Hallelujah. All right. I know. It just drives you crazy. And you're on, I don't know about you, Glum, but I'm on mine all the time. And, you know, when it doesn't work and you're like having to retype stuff, or the other one I had, all of when you would type in like a T, 2 T's would come out and you had to go back and delete all the T's. It's like, oh God.
Oh.
So annoying. Yeah, my keyboard's stuck. Then I got a whole, like a separate keyboard.
Mm-hmm.
And then that thing started with the no spaces. So I thought, oh, get the super expensive new computer. And then it did it.
Yeah. Gotta love technology.
I hate it. But I also would not be here. I don't want to say that too loud. It's going to get me. You're just thinking that maybe I'll go buy a new laptop. Don't do it, Glum. It's a conspiracy. All right, wait a minute. I need to find my little mat, which I also packed. Okay, so I like to use this just like a thick foam rubber. And let's poke our holes. So what I usually do is get like a little scrap of paper. Hang on. And I measure this. Where's my pencil? See, I have the eraser. I don't have a pencil. Come on. I have a million pencils around here. Lord. Sorry, guys. Okay.
No, your craft room gremlin stole them.
I know. Yep. Well, I moved to my new space, and I don't know if it was an improvement or not. Sadly, I'm just as messy in this space as anywhere else. So this is like probably a little less than an inch. So I just kind of, I swear, they're disappearing before my very eyes. I just go down the middle or somewhere with this to give a line, and then I'm just going to come in the middle here and going to go about a half an inch. Let's see, what is this one? Half an inch? Yeah. Do a half an inch in either end. All right, somebody's...
No, I think Glum misses the piano lounge.
Oh, do they want me? Are they sending tips?
No, more like more like the question of, wait, there's no piano lounge anymore?
Oh, there is. If I show you my face, there is a piano lounge in the background. All right, I'm just poking a hole and kind of moving it around a little because this is thick. Actually, we could punch it with this, but what I'm going to do is just use this to mark it. So I'm going a half an inch on either end, and I'm just setting this in the fold here. And then I'm going to poke holes down the middle. And wait, is that how I did it? Let me think about this. I was just yeah, I did. Okay. So I'm just going to set it in here. And yeah, we're going to use the tool, but first I'm just going to get a target, approximate spot where I'm going to do that. There's a reason for this, believe it or not. Okay. And then I did use this with this leather punch. I punched paper and it worked fine.
Oh yeah. It'll punch paper. With the paper, you just want to make sure to get all of your hole punches out, or else they'll get stuck the next time you use it on leather.
It did do that. Yeah. Yes, it did. See, okay. But look at that nice hole. That's nicer than a crocodile. And actually, I think it did this backwards because I think what I did in the first one was I cut the hole in the leather first. So now we'll just have to match that up with the paper, but that's all right.
There's more than one way to complete a craft project.
That's right. You know it. All right. I'm not sure how much this is gonna, but then we get to have the fun of cleaning out our little thing here, and then all the little holes come out.
Oh yeah.
It's kind of fun, really. And this is 4 pieces of watercolor paper, and the little holes are going to go in here, but I'm going to leave it here because I want to do my cover next. So let me get this. There's a little mark.
Yep.
Yeah, it's over here. Okay. All right, so we have our holes punched down the middle. So we're going to have 2 signatures. So if you look at this one, you know, this has 4 pages. These are pretty thick. And that has 4 pages. So we did the same thing. I was so mad. This was still wet and it went to the next page. But, oh, well. What are you gonna do? Yeah. So, all right, we've got our pages done. Now let's get our, yep. Yeah, feels good. All right, so I'm just going to take my little paper and actually just kind of lay it out on here. We can kind of see where the middle is, so that's good that it's shorter. And I'm going to poke like a little pilot hole here and here. And then I'm going to move it over. See, we got our spots. And I think they're about the same. Maybe down a little bit. Poke it there, and then we're just gonna, yeah, that looks pretty good, you think?
I do indeed.
All right, and this is 2 layers worth of leather. And I'd say you probably can do whatever will fit through the throat of the punch.
Yeah, yes. And then the other caveat there too is if you don't necessarily have a lot of grip strength and squeezing is difficult, you could always poke your holes before you glue them. You
That's
could
true.
also, you know,
that would have been smart.
or you could also, if you have a drive punch, you could just do that as well.
Yep, that would be handy. All the tools, the better.
Especially like the thicker the leather, the more oomph you kind of need to exert.
Yeah, this is, I can feel that this is thicker.
Mm-hmm.
Other one I did, but still going through just fine. And I don't think I need I mean, I wouldn't say it's like hydraulic, but it's not bad.
No.
You know, to do. Sorry, I'm jumping all around here, but. Hey, Jody. Everything gets old so fast. You're not kidding. Well, mine was 7 years, Glum, but it was struggling. It just didn't have room for all the things I wanted. It wasn't fast enough to do because I have to work in Illustrator and, you know, editing videos. It just didn't have the guts it needed. All right, so here are the holes punched. Here is our signature. So all we're going to do, let's pray that they line up, and they do. And I just cut I know this is going to be too long, but I'd rather.
You can always cut off. You can't always add to.
Right. So I'm going to go in up here, and I wound up crisscrossing. I can't really remember how I did it, but so I think I'll line them both up and go down over here with this one and through. These are pretty big holes. And the only thing that I don't love about this is that this is pretty thick. You know, the
the suede?
The leather, yeah. But when I used the magnet, it was plenty strong enough to hold it in and, you know.
Yeah. The other thing that you could always do too, if you're using things that you have at home and you have some of the round lace, that would also work.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Especially because we do have that 1.5 and 2 millimeter in
Yeah.
diameter.
Yes, that would be a better choice now that I think
but
about it.
but suede works too.
Yeah, it does work.
My only suggestion would be to when you make your cut for what you're going to sew through, kind of give it a little bit of the brush test, because sometimes suede is fuzzy.
Oh, yes,
that-
it is a little fuzzy, but
Yep.
that's
Yeah,
all right.
Usually the cafe, the chocolate, whatever we call that color, we interchange it. That one isn't as fuzzy as some of the other colors,
Oh, okay.
but with suede, it's kind of a rule of thumb to.
Yeah, good to know. Where's my other one? Oh, okay.
It's hiding.
I know. It's like
it's playing keep away from Eileen.
You're mean.
That's
Okay.
what it's doing.
All right. Come on. Get in there. See, this is way longer. I did this with the other one that I did too, and then it turned out that wait a minute. Oh, here. It's like, where is the other end? Okay. I was trying to figure out, could I make like a little handle for it, you know, like a little purse almost, but I couldn't figure it out, so I chopped it.
I'm sure the answer is yes.
Yeah, you know, I mean, I was thinking like if you could make like a little handle, or I mean, I could do that.
Oh yeah.
I like the crisscross though. It's just a little different.
Yep, and that's a typical bookbinding closure. And anyway, because Real Leather does have other journal kits that are a little bit bigger. But it's the same stitch kind of pattern to secure the pages into that as well. So
I should look at it.
Yep. We have the leather journal, which is a little bit shorter, guesstimating, because I don't have one in front of me, that those pages are somewhere between 4x6 and 5x7. And then we also have the travel journal, which is taller and skinnier. So probably like 8x4.
Yeah.
And then we also have that newer Field Notes
cute
journal cover that we came out with just towards the end of last year.
Neat. Yeah, that's a pretty one. All right,
that's gorgeous.
It is
gorgeous.
Now I realize I should have cut that little piece. All right, that's what I did for my closure. All right, now this one does have a little bit more resistance because it's thicker. So actually, what time is it? Oh, we still have time. All right,
we have 10 minutes.
Plenty of time. I can't believe it. Why did it take me 2 hours to make it the first time?
Because you were trying to figure it out.
Yes, that's true. And it did come out pretty cute, I have to say.
Yes, it did.
I think it might need maybe like a title, or I mean, I need to also finish writing in it, but I don't know. Or I get hung up at the end when I just can't quite bring it to its conclusion. All right,
it's
so
all
this
good.
is, yeah, it's fine. It'll come to me. I'll be on the road tonight. I'm gonna dig this out here. See how stuff gets
stuck.
Especially leather. It's a little tricky. Oh, you know what? This is my.
I was gonna say, can you pull the tape?
Can I what?
Can you pull the tape?
I could. Well, it's not tape, it's foam, which I keep in there because it does this, but I don't want to cut my face off in the middle of a video. I'm just going to leave it, but I will have to pick that out. And it might need new foam in there. But all right, so I'm just going to cut this little piece, and I'm doing the same thing. I'm cutting it with the raw side up because I want the score lines on the, so I know where to bend. And let's see. I bet it's stuck in there again. Yep. It's hard to make the dies with these rounded edges because that means that there are places that go in and out instead of a squared off, so you just know you might have to trim that off a little bit, but that's all right. Okay, so now, whoops.
Definitely an option there, Miss Laura.
What did you say? Are you talking
Laura?
Yes, that would be pretty. Yeah. Okay. All right. So the next thing I did was, let's look in here. And if you want something that's pretty flexible, the goat is nice. This one feels sturdier, so also nice because if you're going to travel with this, the only thing I would say is I would seal it because if you are going to use this when you're on the road or whatever, that'll get dirty, so I would seal that. Yep. But it's not, either way is good. All right, so what I did was that one I did the back too. I still maybe could do that, but I'm not gonna. What I did was I glued this back on here like this. And I kind of, I needed to get my pages in first so I could feel how far do I need to come over, so I kind of wrapped it around that and then it just stayed. So let's see if we can do that. So I'm just going to add some more glue to the back of this.
So things that you can seal leather with, you can use a leather sheen, which that will seal in the fibers, kind of make the leather look a little shiny. Doesn't necessarily need to be replied, but as your crafting ages, if you want to kind of revive it, you throw some more sheen on there and it kind of brings it back to life.
Nice.
You could also use a gel stain. That would also work. Or any other leather conditioner that just kind of helps close off the fibers and make them more resistant to wear and tear. Leather will last relatively forever. We all have things that have been around for 50 years made out of leather. They still look good.
I love that.
Yeah.
I'm looking for a piece. Oh, I think I emptied my garbage can. But what I did, just quick, and you don't need to do this, but I don't like leaving the magnet just there because it could come off. So I seal it in with a paper. This is craft paper, but it was like packing paper, so it was kind of thin. So I find that helps it stick and gives it a little bit of, a buffer between. So let's just leave this open.
The other thing that you probably could do, running with the assumption that you're using one of the thinner leathers, either the goat or maybe even the one that you're using, would be to cut another piece of that closure, but just the two ends, and then glue the magnet into the leather end.
Yes, you could do that. Yeah. Yep. Would work. Oh, I caught myself a little die. Okay, so I'm going to glue this on here. And I mean, you can see, you get these together, forget it. You can't get them apart. Which, I mean, leather is pretty thick, so you want it to be strong enough. But you have to be able to, like, close it. Okay. All right, so if I had that protective thing, here is the punch that I used, and I just cut a piece of paper. I don't see why I just find some kind of, oh, here. I'm just going to use a piece of scrap paper here. I'm going to cut a couple of these. And for this, I'm going to use my craft glue.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
You know, we don't need super duper. Just
Kaylin wants to know if you have the magnets in your Etsy shop.
No, I don't. I don't have them. I get them from a place online. It's called K&J. And that's how I get them. I don't need that many, but they sell them in bulk. All right, so that's that one. And now we want to stick that to know where we have to adhere it on the back of the... So I'm going to take this off if I can. And this is going to go on the back here. And sometimes, actually, what I can do is just leave that there. Ah!
Fabulous tip there, Miss Glum.
What did she say?
If you ever do get magnets that are stuck and they won't come apart, try twisting them or sliding sideways, like an Oreo.
Right now. Okay. Wow. Shoot.
Just throw it all over the place, why don't you?
I know. That's what I'm doing. All right. I know that's sticking. And I know I want it to go right there. Whether I can get it apart or not. Now see, I got glue on the thing and you can see it right there. So that drives me crazy. But did I stick that on there? See, I need to have this on here to know where to put it. All right, let me just get it around these. Okay. Now the trick will be to separate them. All right, I can kind of see. But this is why I put that paper on it, so it can make it stay there. You know what I mean? Ah, look what I did. Now I'm going to have to paint something there. It's all right.
And speaking of painting and all of the things, for those of you who were not here at the beginning of the party today,
yes,
if you would like to win this month's giveaway,
yes, they would. I know they would.
We this month we're changing it up a little bit. You have till April 1st to make something, anything, with an idea or a part or something from either this video or any of the ones in the past, and tag Real Leather with 1L on all of the things. And on April 1st, probably like after 12 Eastern time, I'll look through what all we've been tagged in and go from there and put your all's names in a randomizer and see who will get the bright colored markers at the end of it.
Cool.
Because we'd like to be able to see what y'all are working on and all of the things. And it doesn't have to be the full kit from a video, but like, oh hey, I used the markers or the power punch to do this paper craft or whatever. Just let us know. I'd love to see how creative all y'all are.
Cool. All right, guys, good luck. All right, let me take that down. And also, this is where you can find these guys. And also, if I may say, today is the first day of our craft organization camp. If you haven't signed up yet, you might want to do it. It's all free. You can get the all access pass if you want to watch it after, but I would just go on and watch what you can watch and see what, wait a minute. Where is
Glum, to answer your question, yes, they can be posted in the fan club group because because Real Leather is a part of that, but just tag us in it so that
they can find you.
that way we get notified and we can find you and all the fun things.
Yeah, and get you your prize.
That too.
Which you want to have. It's good stuff, guys. I wouldn't steer you wrong. Would I? Oh, also, I have pricing for the dies that are coming out in May. So I'll put that when I get up to Mom's. I will put a post in the group just so you know if you want to pre-order, because I need to order them so I get them in time. I don't want to have to wait. All right. So if you need anything that we used, I've got the Power Punch in my Etsy store. I have the leather. I have the markers, but I'm not sure I list them yet, but I do have some, and I need to put them in there. But let's look at our finished project, because thankfully it worked. So
yes,
here's, that's always good. Wait a minute, let me get rid of this thing. Sorry about that, I forgot. Okay, let me see comments. Okay, thanks for coming, Renee. All right, so here is our first one, and I just did some little watercolors. I've been practicing. Oh, I did one the other day. I don't know where I put it, but I love these new kind of roses. I'm obsessed. And then this is a new kind of thing, like pretty messy, but I'm just playing around with the color, you know. So I'm going to have fun in here. I'm not going to care. I'm not going to worry about people looking at it. I'm just going to take it and make fun little things in it. Now this one looks a little more, a little lighter, I feel like, because I didn't have time to go over the colors, but it, you know, and it's a little lighter color leather too.
Well,
but
and that could have happened too, because one of the things that happens with veg tan leather is that, especially if it is stored smooth side up,
yeah,
a process happens which is called sun striking, and that bit. The short story with that is basically the leather is getting a suntan.
Oh wow, cute.
Yeah. So, but that's why, like, the one on the bottom looks more like peachy color, and then the one on top kind of looks like it got a tan.
Yeah, it does. It does, and they both look good.
Exactly. So that is something that veg tan will do over time, is age like that. So,
yeah, but I kind of like that. I mean, it's like us, you know. It's showing its wisdom and all the things that it's learned along the journey.
Oh yes.
Yeah, and adding all of the tears, the blood, sweat, and tears, and everything else, like we are. So anyway, they're all fun. There's a leather for everybody, a color, all kinds of stuff. So, well, thanks for coming, guys.
Yes, thank you. It was a blast to spend Thursday afternoon with all y'all.
Oh, it's always fun to see you, Jackie. Thanks for coming. It's nice because, you know, I think I'm kind of doing, I'm on this journey with everybody else. You know, I'm just kind of playing around with stuff and seeing things that I like and taking them and combining with my craft products to, you know, use the tools that I have and just kind of make unique things that I want for gifts or for me or for, I could sell them if I wanted, or, you know, it's nice to have everything at hand and I don't have to have a big, you know, power tool or anything. It's just little things that you can have on hand. So anyway, I like
they are always fun rainy day projects too.
Yeah. Oh, I will give Mom a hug. I will tell her. All right, guys. Hey, Jen Purple. Hi, Diane. Hey, David Murray. Who else is here that I haven't looked at the screen in 20 minutes because I'm too busy? Is Glum giving cleaning classes?
I believe she would.
I need it. You know, I was doing so well the beginning of the year. I was on a roll and then I just kind of petered out a little, but I need to get back on it. So I'm part of this craft organization class, which you can camp. And it's kind of a big joke because I'm not done with it, but I'm going so I can learn and it's free. So, you know, you can't can't mess with that. Oh, my organizing thing. Okay. I thought she was offering to come down and clean, helping me clean. Oh, Lord, you would die to get in here. Anyway. Well, good seeing all of you guys. I got to get on the road. So, thanks everybody for coming, and thanks Jackie, David for having good products, and we will see you on Tuesday. I'm coming back Monday night, so it may be something on the fly, but I'll be there. So, okay. All right, guys. Thanks a lot. See you
Have a
next
good
time.
weekend, everybody.
Bye.